Welcome to The Long Dark. So, I'm playing just the basic survival mode. I do have a feat active, which just gives me a slight bonus, and that's the only one that I have, which is one for sprinting, so it makes me sprint a bit faster, I think. So, we spawned right at the beginning of the day, which is better than what could happen, but it's still too early. So I think there should be there's a campfire here. Let's actually let's get some matches out, see if there's a bedroll here. There is one right here. So we will, see if we can even, no, we're not tired enough. We'll pass an hour. Alright, we'll cancel it, and then we're ready to go. Awesome. Alright. So, this is the beginning of our journey. I do know this area pretty well. This is the area I love to start in. So, but there's also a lot that I haven't explored and that I have missed in these areas. And a pry bar in our spawn area is amazing. A hunting rifle in our spawn area is amazing. We don't have any bullets, but finding it in the first place is that's a feat in itself. So overall, this is one of the better places we could have spawned in, and we got a lot of the best stuff that could have spawned in here. I've started a good few different runs in my time, but none of them have been quite this good. This is actually like really nice, and I really hope that my audio levels and everything aren't all messed up. I may have to turn this down actually over here. Alright, I turned the game volume down a little bit. I don't know how it is. I'll watch it after, so sorry if this first episode is all kinds of fucky. I'll watch it after and adjust accordingly. Alright, so we've looted a lot in this place. I think we've looted pretty much everything we can loot at the moment. This place isn't the biggest, so it's not going to have the most loot. But, you know, it's okay. We still have places to go. I know exactly where I want to go to settle down, and we're not that far away. I just hope we don't come across anything dangerous that intercepts our path before we get there. I don't think the game would do that, but it does seem possible. It's oddly taking forever to load. Yeah, usually it doesn't take that long. Weird. Alright. So here we have a car. There's no car battery in it. Let's check to see. Oh, we have a pry bar. I forgot. So we can already immediately force open trunks and stuff and find maybe some good stuff. So this is one of the main aspects of the game, is that you need to manage. This is the main aspect of the game, I mean, is that you need to manage your temperature. And ways to do that, other than just starting fires and getting by warm places, is to wear heavier clothing. But the heavier your clothing is, the more it restricts you and the less maximum stamina you have. This guy is heavily breathing, so that's fun. You can also hide. There's wind chill and stuff in this game. They take that into account. So if you can get a little warmer by hiding by a mountain and trying to protect yourself from the direction in which the wind is blowing, which you can actually see which way the wind is blowing based off of the snow coming out, but it is gone now. It was there. I also didn't get that last trunk, did I? We'll explore back over that way anyway at some point. I doubt I'll remember to get it. There's a hatchet in here, which is another useful thing to have right off the bat. Let's check in the window here, see if there's anything. Doesn't look like it. Alright, move on to the next area here. Silly woodpecker, you're not supposed to peck on iron and metal and stuff. That's just silly. So down in the bottom left corner, you can see my stats of heat, energy, thirstiness, and god damn, I can't think of words well. And whatchamacallit, food. And we've just entered the town of Milton. So this is pretty much where we want to settle down. Right there, this is our house. Frick off. As far as I can tell, this is like the center point of the map, pretty much. At least this town is. Maybe not exactly this house, but it's a nice house to stay in, so I prefer to stay here. Found some gamey meat. We'll have to cook that up after. Taking charcoal is going to be important. So what we're going to do is we're just going to loot our newfound home here and see what kind of goodies we can find. It's nice. Cooking pots are always good. Break down that box for tinder plugs. It's probably best. Oh, those spoons are flying. It would have been better if I left that box, because when we're going to need to pass the time when we're cooking down here. And that's a really good way to pass the time, is to break down boxes. There's a good few boxes around here to break down. The trouble is trying to actually find it in the dark. It'll be much easier if we can find a lantern or something. See, I'm not going to worry about breaking anything down in our own home. When we go to any other place, I will break things down, but not here, because we'll have ample time to do that later. So
this pack is getting kind of heavy.
How about you're getting kind of heavy, fatty? Why don't you go and do something about that? I'm gonna bully this guy a lot because he complains about almost everything. There's a lantern fuel down here. Do we have something warmer? No. These aren't warmer. Oh, they are. That is surprise. How are the worn driving gloves better than all this stuff? The degradation on these is bad. So we should probably get those repaired at some point. Or at least try to. But first we gotta find tools for that. You know. But much like everything. Alright, I've lowered the volume on the recording even more. We'll see how that turns out. In post-production. Sorry if it doesn't sound good. If it's too low or too high. I don't know for sure. All I can do is look at my recording levels. Alright. There's nothing here really. At least yet. I'm still getting used to these controls I've been playing a lot of Call of Duty. We did find a pair of socks and more clothing like this, so we can layer up like so. So we're starting our collection of clothings. I don't know what our total. Oh, here it is. Our warmth bonus is plus 11 degrees Fahrenheit. Wind resistance is 4 degrees. The armor protection is 18%, and we have 91% of our stamina bar. Alright, I just turned down the sensitivity a small bit. I don't mind fast sensitivities, but it doesn't seem. It's just not right for this game. At least personally, I think so. And so that's the way I'm gonna play it. Let's see here. Still whipping this fucker around anyway. Is that a box of bullets? We're finding a bunch of revolver bullets, but we have a rifle, not a revolver. So, you know, it's kind of taunting us here, but it's fine. We will persevere either way. Now, to be honest, I really don't know if I'm good at this game. I have played before. I have played multiple times before. I don't think I've ever actually died, but I never really make it like super far. Because usually I start a new game after I leave it for a while, so then I don't remember what I'm doing, and yeah, I just restart a new game. So once we finish looting this place, which I think we have pretty much finished, we are going to now start storing things so that we can go around the town and start looting. We did find a sewing kit, which is really good. We're going to put the rifle away for now because we can't use it. We're going to put the lantern fuel away because we can't use it. I'm going to keep the cooking pots and recycled can on me, just so when we come back and it's time to put it on the stove, we don't have to come up here and pick it up. Alright, so I like to try and keep my storage organized, even though there is tabs when you... Oh wait, is there tabs? Oh yeah, there is tabs. It works off of the tabs on your side here. But, yeah, I like to try and keep it organized based off of item, because then, you know, because there's only so much room in each storage space. So if you fill up one storage area and you just are putting anything wherever, then you're sitting there looking around for a specific item that may or may not be in that area. Fuck, I can't. My words are my words are hard. English. Anyway. Let's see, what we got going on? We gotta go downstairs, go over here. This is just my personal way I like to store things. We're gonna keep some wood matches. We're gonna keep some matches on us. So the only thing really left to store is our food, because we don't really need it on us. But at the same time, we do need to drink and eat right about now. Let's do this can of soda, because it gives us a little bit of hunger, as well as, you know, dwank. Let's eat this granola bar. I try and eat all the lower condition stuff first. I'll wait to eat the sardines, because they do give us... I do need to drink more, though. God damn it. Alright. Yeah, some of these sounds are good, but that's also an issue, because I hate eating and drinking sounds. So... that means that it's kind of sickening to have to listen to it sometimes. But I'll deal with it. Alright. So now we're finally ready to go out again. It's almost noon. But we'll just continue on with our day. Whoa, the weather has drastically changed. The weather has changed a lot since the last time we came out. No car batteries. Oh, there's a book in here. I can't get it because I'm sitting in the wrong seat to be able to pick it up. Alright. Now we're ready to go. There's nothing in the bed. I don't know if items can spawn in the bed of the trucks, but you can lower, like, the bed door on it. So, I would assume that it's possible that things could spawn in there. But, no idea. So, I'll check it if I can. I'll do my best. No promises. Worn sweatshirt. Yeah, so this is... Oh, nope, not very good. It's only like 4% protection or something like that. I don't know. Let's start chopping up some of these planks. Now that we have a hatchet. You can break down these shelves, but it takes up a lot of time and you need a hacksaw for it. Can't use the hatchet for it. Oh, God, man. Pretty soon my guy here is going to start... Our Mr. Mans here is going to start yawning as well. I'm getting notifications on my phone, but I have a beef jerky thing blocking it. Alright, what's in the back seat? Anything good? Well, I mean, nothing too great, but there is a newspaper, which is useful. So, you know, not passing anything up. At least gonna, hopefully not pass anything up. I don't know how it did. I didn't read the description on it. Search the glove box. There was a revolver casing. You can also flip down the visors like this, but I don't know if there's actually anything that could spawn in it. There's only one instance of something I could think of that would spawn in it, but it's never spawned there for me either, so I, you know, don't think that that is possible. Eventually there's a key we need to find to get into another area, and that's the only time I could think of it. That visor would be able to be used, but that has never been the case, and there is a dead guy here that had a granola bar. Thank you for the granola bar, my good friend, and your beef jerky. I assume it was yours. Okay. Somebody was keeping a lot of newspapers in their briefcase for some reason. Maybe it was hot gossip on someone. There's a rifle cartridge down there. Is it food? I don't even know what it was. I've been just going through and looting real quick. Usually I take a quick look at what it is and then get a general idea, but I just kind of stopped paying attention. Mainly because I'm talking. Normally I would, you know, pay attention, but that doesn't always happen. Okay. So what I plan to do, my looting method that I usually go is I go through and loot all the things I can find on the ground and by searching, and then I will do a second run through of the area and break down anything that I need to that I can or need to break down. Because sometimes there will be stuff that I actually won't need to break down because it'll only give us cloth or something. I didn't continue searching like a dummy, but I didn't, you know, whatever. Ho, that was a good find. Give me talker. Alright. Got this coat. It's epic. That's what I like to see. Alright. Continuing searching. Oh, hell yes. Alright, now we have our second jacket here. Sewing kit. Another hat. Okay. Can. Ooh, someone made some coffee for us. Technically, I shouldn't have broke that down yet, but, you know, it doesn't really matter. We're gonna do it eventually. It's all just a matter of when. So this building is one of the more unique ones. Actually, no, that's not true, but it has a unique thing in it, which is right next to me over here. Someone put painkillers. Someone was hiding painkillers in this register. But yeah, there's this safe over here, which has a combination lock that you actually crack open. Which you don't see. You don't have to use that skill a lot in this game, but you know, it's not hard. There isn't an actual like in-game skill. There are a few different actual in-game skills, like cooking and fire making, I think is one as well. But it's not an actual in-game skill. It's just something you use in real life. Someone stashed their money, but also their granola bar in their safety deposit box. I'm not gonna judge. I think the granola bar that was stashed in that guy's safety deposit box was actually good too. It was still in good condition. Alright, so we gotta just go through this and wait and find the good tick. This is gonna take a while. Okay, we found it. Almost ruined it. So it's around 21. Gonna try and remember just in case I mess it up. At least try to remember it. I may not. Okay, we're almost at a full rotation. This has gotta do something soon. Okay, there we go. One more. Please just kind of be closer, because that took a while to go in that full rotation. You also can mess it up like right at the end. If you spin too far at the end and you don't wait for it to unlock, it will reset, I think. Okay, there we go. Got it. Sweet. Flare shell, emergency stim, and insulated boots. I mean, those aren't exactly the things that I would keep in a safe, but I'm not complaining about what we got. Alright, so now we just make a second run through, going around and breaking things down. Which the reason why I don't do this on my first run around is because this does take up a lot of time. So this is kind of the last thing that you want to do before, you know, just leaving a place. Because sometimes you might have to end up actually leaving and coming back if this is what you're doing. You might have to leave and come back to finish the job because you run out of time. Much like I probably am real quick here, because we are getting really close to the end of our day. And also, there's a, whenever you get over encumbered, it gives you a affliction, which is a greater chance at spraining your ankle. I don't think I've ever sprained my ankle, and I think the only way that it actually can happen is either by like jumping off of something, like even a small little area could sprain your ankle, and by running up or down steep hills, which it will show like how steep a hill is, with a little indicator that looks like a blood spatter. I don't know why it looks like a blood splatter, but that's just what it is. Fuck. Something just like, I don't know what the hell just made my keyboard shift like that, but it did, so whatever. Oh. The moon is starting to show up on our indicator. I mean, I'd prefer to be able to get everything done before we leave, but, you know, that might not actually happen. We also need to eat and drink, which we have our food at home. Actually, we do have a bunch of stuff we found here. Alright, so that's good for now. There's nothing else in this room. Yeah, hacksaw to break that down, and plus it would take a while. Yeah, I think we might have to come back tomorrow for a couple, for these, there's these benches over here. I think, whoa. Yeah, this game would be a really good horror game if you, it could just all of a sudden become a horror game and it would be horrible, but at the same time really good. Alright, the sun is going down, so we're gonna have to leave. We're gonna have to come back for the last few boxes and those benches. Alright. No wolves in sight yet. That's our main enemy in this game, is wolves. Also, if you can see the steepness icon right there. It shows up going up and down this area. It shows up for like a half second above our sprint meter. If you didn't see it, you gotta go back because I'm not going back. Alright, so first thing, let's go and stash our shit. Okay, there we go. Let's go around and stash the rest of it.
Feels like something is sapping my energy.
It feels like something is sapping my energy. So our end table in our bedroom got full on clothes, so we are now going to use the outside one over there as the main storage area for our clothing that we do not use. Actually, I do not want to put that scrap in there. You will find, oh, apparently there was a drawer that I didn't loot, but no, I did. Scrap takes up a lot of room, a lot of weight, so, and then we'll also find a lot of cloth, so it would not be good to put cloth in with other stuff. And as you can see, when you start losing energy, it will start to degrade the amount that you can actually carry, at least your max amount. You can still carry a good amount above your maximum, but it will go down and eventually you will become over encumbered to the point that you cannot move if you carry too much. Anyway, so what do I have? I need to bring out the rifle so I can load it. Let's get a good look at this in the light. Can't really see it much, but loads that one cartridge in, and there we go. Now it's ready to destroy if we need to. Alright, so here's what I do before every night, at least try to do. We need to start a fire in our little stove over here. So here's what we do. We grab fuel, grab some plugs, and we'll grab a single book. So this should be everything we need to start a fire. Oh god. Damn it, it ran out just at the wrong time. Fine, start another one. Use another match. Any day now, thank you. Alright, there we go. It's really hard to operate in the dark in this game. I could up my brightness or whatever, but then it would kind of ruin the aesthetic of this game. And plus, part of the challenge is kind of, you know, the darkness. At least that's the way I see it. And we have successfully started the fire. You can fail.
Did it?
Yes, it did. You can start yeah, you can. There's a chance you can fail starting a fire, but usually this one is pretty good about letting you just, go with it. So, so here's what I like to do. I like to slap down any cooking things I have. I don't know what to call them. So with cooking pots, I like to cook water in them. Cook them all. They need an hour to melt the snow and then an hour to boil, which is why I put 2 hours on here. And then with our small cans, what I like to do is I like to cook up our teas and coffees, which this is why we need to keep boxes around, because it takes 12 minutes to cook, and then 30 minutes after it's done cooking, it will burn and disappear. So we kind of need to be around that exact time. Or we can just sit here and wait, which is very much a possibility, but I would prefer not to. But at the same time, we only have 8 minutes. I could cut down some, if I could find them, some curtains. How long does that take? 15 minutes? That'll be good. We'll be fine. Yeah, alright. And then this is the process of cooking, is you just keep on going through it like this. The only thing that's going to be an issue at some point is once they run out of curtains, because I'll have no idea where anything is. I hope I find a lantern here sometime soon, just for the ease of life. You do find a lot of matches, but I hate to waste them on just going around, because that would be like one match for every time I go around and do something. How much tea do we have left? One more. There isn't a curtain over here. One more any over here? Yep. Sweet. That's what I love to see. And we are almost completely empty on energy. Also, we do need water to make tea. And also coffee, which I ran out of water for that. But yeah, we're almost completely out of stamina, which is not an issue. I don't think you can actually pass out, but once you run completely out of stamina, you can no longer sprint. As you can see, it's completely redded out.
You just lay down. Have a little sleep, right?
Alright, so our water's almost done, but I'm not going to worry about, I'm not going to worry about doing anything special for it. I'm just going to leave it overnight and it'll be fine. Okay. So I'm going to bring some tea with me. Actually, I do need to bring some other foods with me as well. I forgot to cook this meat. Oh, fuck. Okay. I do need these canned sardines. Let's bring some granola bars with us. There we go. I need my matches to actually be able to get upstairs. See, look at that. I wasn't even around the corner yet. I was stuck on a shelf. So you do get a perk if you don't go into starvation for 3 whole days, which is not that hard actually. It's just as long as you go to bed, relatively fed. I did not do as much as I was expecting. But we are going to drink tea because it also gives us a benefit. And it's hot. Gives us warming up, and it also helps us with improved sleep. So we're going to sleep for roughly... Let's go to sleep for 8 hours. And then we can always go back to sleep if it's not enough. Sleep for... I could sleep for another hour. And then it should be daylight out, right? You'd like to think so, at least. Also, sleeping is the only way you can actually save your game, and I also have to sleep for another hour. I knew I should have done too, but I just didn't. Ah, man. Life is hard. And we've gotten through our first day. Sweet. Today was not what I expected. I went on a plane today expecting to go on a camping trip in Alaska and ended up on a plane that crashed into somewhere in Canada. I did hear at the airport that while we were boarding a little bit before that our pilots were named Something Wong and Wee Tu Lo. So I was a little we got two Asian pilots. It was a little weird. And I was a little worried about that. But, I wasn't expecting us to actually fucking crash. And so, yeah, we crash landed in a mountain. I had to go down and take shelter in a church that was abandoned. I was ready to go on a camping trip, but this was not what I was expecting to happen. This is going to be one of the worst camping trips ever.